It's the Doublewide Dudes. Ooh, watch out. All right. Welcome back to the Doublewide Dudes podcast. As always, I really appreciate you guys tuning in and sharing the content with your family and friends. Me and AP and everyone at Brossy Mobile Homes really do appreciate it. It's exciting times for the Chavez family. AP, looks like his house is about to deliver.
Yeah, we finally got the land all set, ready to go. Adam and Wes over there at White Cloud Drones have been doing a fantastic job helping us document the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And we're about a week away from bringing the home in and getting everything ready for them to move in. Nice.
That footage is going to be excellent, man. It's going to be the bird's eye view. It's just a beautiful angle to kind of see the whole project.
Yeah. I went out with Adam about a week ago to get some of the last-minute pictures, and there were two hawks up there. I guess we stumbled into their territory, and they thought our drone was trying to steal their food or something. And it was cool to watch. They started dive bombing the drone, and Adam actually had to land it so they would go away.
Dang.
It was crazy to see. I was glad I actually got to go with him on that trip.
Man, that's expensive equipment. Good thing Adam's got the skills to kind of maneuver away from them. You
know? I know.
But yeah, that's exciting, man. He's gonna be real happy with the final product, and really give our customers a full angle from raw land to finished product.
Yeah, it's definitely an adventure, and it's a process, a step-by-step process, mm-hmm. and a lot of moving parts. And whether we're doing part of it or all of it, folks that are looking to turn a piece of Texas into their homestead really need to know everything that goes into the project.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most people are visual learners, and just like we talked in the last episode, how important it is to get into a starter home for your first buy to really help yourself set up for long-term success. And we promised the listeners 3 hacks on how to get that done. What are some of those things that these homeowners can do, AP?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is what they call the live-in flip, or the fixer-upper scenario. And basically what that is purchasing a home, a distressed property, or a home that needs a little work, and taking the time to finish it up and do that renovation while you're living in the home. And what I've seen over my career, I used to run what's called the REO program for one of these big companies here in town. And what we would do is look for foreclosures, and we put some money into fixing them up and making them look new again, and put them back on the market for resale. And you can make some pretty decent money doing that. The prices of foreclosures definitely have gone up a bit. But if you're an actual homeowner looking for a blank canvas that you can kind of paint the way you want it, mm-hmm. that's a fantastic opportunity to buy in it, live in it, and fix it up, all while keeping your mortgage super, super low.
Yeah.
There's foreclosures on the market right now here in San Antonio for $60,000, $70,000, and you'd be amazed what $10,000, $20,000 worth of refurb will do to a home.
Yeah. I mean, you can use these live-in flips to accelerate your financial freedom, right? Not getting into something that's really expensive is going to help you save. Just like your buddy up in Pike Creek, who did pay some good money for his property, the 5 acres in Pipe Creek, but his first home was the single wide.
Right.
And he used that to have his mortgage low for the home, and then throw a little extra money at the land to pay it off quicker.
Exactly. And I've seen that quite a bit in the 8 years I've been in the factory-built housing industry. Folks come in with that long-term goal in mind, that long-term vision mm-hmm. of building this gorgeous house out there in the country of South Texas. And they start with the land of their dreams and look at one of these entry-level starter single-wides, like we've got 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom homes that are in the low, mid $20,000 range. Mm-hmm. And by doing that, like you said, you keep your mortgage super, super low. If you're disciplined enough and have that goal and that vision, mm-hmm. then you put a little extra money towards that land and pay it off much, much quicker.
Yeah. If you can live with the dust and the construction for a few years, it's really going to pay high dividends in the future.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like that sacrificing we were talking about in the last episode. Put up with it for the few years. You're going to be a lot happier in the end when you have money to live your life.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And saying that, I can imagine some people thinking to themselves, saying, I don't want to live in a flip. I don't want to deal with the construction. I don't want to take time to to fix up the home.
Right.
What's another option for them?
Well, I, for one, can definitely appreciate that. When Elsa and I looked to buy our first home, we already had a kid. My son was already with us, and we just couldn't go through the construction zone. I think he was 2 or 3 at the time. And the last thing you want around a small child learning how to walk are sharp tools and nails and whatnot. So we purchased a starter home, a pre-existing starter home, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And nothing fancy. We were very intent on keeping our mortgage low, something that we could afford. She was a teacher at the time, and I was really still trying to figure out my career path. And when you go into your first time purchase with buying a home to rent out later down the road in mind, it kind of changes things up a little bit. And I remember, Elsa and I looking at the kitchen or the back patio and thinking about how nice it would be to do updated appliances or updated countertops or cabinets or whatnot. But because we knew that wasn't going to be our forever home, because we knew we were going to rent this out eventually, we just didn't want to invest that kind of money into something we weren't going to be in for another year or two.
Yeah.
And the other thing to keep in mind, if you're looking at a property you're going to rent out down the road, by keeping your mortgage as low as possible, you also maximize your opportunity for return when you go to rent it out.
Yeah.
The rental market is really going to dictate how much you can get out of your home when you go to rent it. And the lower the mortgage, the more profits left over for you.
Yeah. I mean, if you've done that once, then I can imagine you can do that again.
Yeah.
It's just, you get that home, a comfortable situation, a low mortgage. If you have to move for work or want to move to a different part of town, well, then you rent that house out.
Right, exactly. And that's what happened to Elsa and I throughout our lives together. We had one kid when we bought our first home. We very quickly realized we were going to outgrow that when we were pregnant with our second. And so we bought another starter home, this time a 3-bedroom, 1 bath. And, we stayed there while we had our third. But once we found out we were pregnant with our fourth, then we had to upgrade again and get an even bigger spot. Because we went into that second one also as a starter home, as an affordable home, we again were able to put that onto the rental market and get some help with that mortgage as well.
So that's 2 homes that you've had the opportunity to do.
Yeah. That's why the statistics show that folks are moving every 5 to 7 years, because life happens. You have kids, you get a new job opportunity, you meet someone, fall in love. I mean, life is bound to happen. And personally, I think you need to go into every home with an exit strategy, be it a flip, sell, or a rental situation.
Yeah. So, I mean, buying a home to rent it out, buying homes to flip, those are 2 really good hacks to really get these first-time homeowners to set themselves up to not overpay for a home. What would be the other situation that these homeowners can do?
Well, the last one's what we call the roommate hack. And this is really for guys or girls, fresh out of college or just getting their life started that already have roommates.
Yeah.
You're already splitting someone else's mortgage. Why not have your friends help to offset your mortgage? There's a lot of good-sized 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom homes out there for sale, and certainly 3 or 4-bedroom homes that we can build on land that's for sale. And, if it's just you and a couple friends or roommates, well, then you might as well be splitting your mortgage and helping to set yourself up for a financial investment down the road.
Yeah. I mean, I had roommates when I first moved to San Antonio, coming from McAllen. It wasn't until last year I finally started living on my own. 12-plus years I was living with roommates. And that reminds me of a situation with a buddy of mine. We were living in his dad's house, and me and another friend were paying the rent. And I want to say it was fair rent for us, but because we were both paying for it, the total of what the mortgage cost, well, then there was nothing out of pocket for him.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many win-win scenarios are out there for you and your friends if that's the situation you find yourself in. And, I had roommates too. I think a lot of folks out there start out of the nest, if you will, living that way. Yeah. And if you do it right and got some friends that you like to be around and you can trust, then they help you basically buy a house.
Well, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, those hacks really set people up to not get in a financial bind the first go-around, right? Just to sum them up, we have the roommate hack, which is friends and family can help you pay for the mortgage by renting out a room.
Yeah.
We have live in flips. Don't be scared to buy a house that you're able to renovate, and if you don't mind the construction, that's going to be some good payouts at the end for you. The third one was live and rent. So you can buy the house, it's going to be well under your means, and then move to another house and just rent that one out. And now you have residual income coming towards your pocket, and that's just another win-win scenario.
Yeah.
Well, that does it for this episode, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I also want to thank everybody that came out to our first-time homebuyer seminar down there at the Geekdom Event Center. Really appreciate it. We'll keep doing our part to give you and your family everything you'll need to make the perfect home buying decision. Thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next one.